Bam. Bam, 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 right? Sound like you're on the Flintstones. Come, where you going? You want to go on this side? I'll come this side with you. Oh, I don't think he's that big. I think he thinks he is. I hope he is that big because it was about 10 together. Yeah, that means all 10 of them about the same size. Usually they hang around about the same size. Once in a while you catch a big one out of small school, don't you? Oh yeah, he's nice, guys. He's about 10 and a half. Bam, killer color. Full size stinger, killer color. All right, guys, the stinger's a great bait. I don't sell many of them. Used to sell a bunch of them. Since I came off the LC shad, I've only sold about, I don't know. Somebody bought 5-6 bags the other day. They bought all stingers, but it's a good bait. Well, we'll see. If the sales don't pick up in those, I'm just gonna sell them out and quit making them. It's no use me keep making, you know, taking up shelf space if they're not gonna sell. So I thought, well, let me fish with the killer color, which is a good color, and I made a bunch of bags up in it, and I haven't sold hardly any of them. See some fish right here on the bottom? That's where that came from. So they look like they're pretty decent marks. Now I think it's there. I'm gonna bounce it one time. Sent a flicker. I see fish moving. The fish will give you away where you're at. I'm just trying to keep it moving slow. Oops. One bumped me there. A lot of times they short strike it. That's what we call it when we're trout fishing. I'm from the mountains, guys. I used to trout fish a lot, but sometimes that's a refusal. They really don't want it. They're not sure of it. They're checking it out. They're pulling at it. When they hit it like they really want it, that's when you get that thump. Right? When you get them little bumps, they're just checking it. Now a bunch of them followed me. It followed me 10 or 15 feet. All right, guys, I threw back about 3 times at the same area. I showed y'all that I've done a dry run. I had a couple of bumps. They're scattered out there. When I first threw at them, they was piled up close. Look, there was 10 or 12 of them, and a couple of them looked like it was pretty good size. I might have caught the biggest one off the bat, huh? But now, let's see, they're still there. See right here? A couple of those marks are nice. Yeah, this is the 3rd throw back at them before I caught another one. They're following it. They're bumping it. Fishing's not easy this time of year. They don't just eat you up this time of year. Water's 46 degrees. And you can come out here and you can catch some. I've done good. Like I said, yesterday I caught about 25. But it's not like it is in the spring, or, you know, a guy just told me that yesterday. I was talking to a guy here. He was fishing here. Excuse me. There's 2 or 3 boats around the corner. There's a couple boats here fishing. But one of the guys yesterday, he got close enough. He come in here and we talked a couple minutes. He said, man, he said, everybody likes to fish in April, May. He said, you can catch them everywhere and they're easy to catch. He said, they're hard to catch this time of year. He said, I'm using minnows. He was catching some. I seen him. And he said he's catching some, but he said they're hard to catch. And they're right on the bottom. I said, yep, that's right. He said, well, I'm still a pretty day to be outside fishing. I said, yeah, I fish. I fish year round. You just gotta stay after them. I've probably caught, and I made another video, guys. I've probably caught 15 so far this morning. What time is it? I've been here about an hour. Well, this one feels bigger. And guys, I haven't moved. I'm seeing a spot lock on. This one's on this side. I'm just watching the live scope. Because say the crappie are moving. If you just sit still, they'll move to you. And when I get tired of sitting in one spot, I move forward 20, 30 feet and look around for a while. I started over there. I started about 30, 40 yards over there when I started this morning. I've been an hour and a half. That's all further I've moved. I'm just taking my time. Yeah, he's a decent one. I'm just taking my time watching the live scope, and if I don't see anything, I just sit still and look around for a little bit, then I'll move a little bit. Like I said, this time of year crappie move a lot, and that's the thing. That's a decent fish. He's over 10 inches on the killer and the stinger. Now I haven't made this killer color in LC shad yet. I said I was going to move it to the LC shad, and I am. All right. And when I do that, because it's a great color, excuse me, I'm lying to you, Dennis. I told y'all this before. I got 47 colors and adding on 18. Sometimes I forget what I have, what I don't have. I got to think about it a minute. I do make this color in LC shad. I'm sorry. What I meant to say was, I said this the wrong way. I had a thought in my brain and it didn't come out the way I wanted it. I'm going to quit making this color in the Stinger when I sell all of them. I'm moving all the dual colors to the LC shad. It shoots better. I make 72 at a time. When you're shooting that dual injector, y'all seen me do it on the Porter catches. I'm going to shoot 30 at a time in this Stinger. Right, I'm making twice as many at a time. Y'all got the point already. I can make twice as many at a time in the LC shad. And I'm going to change that come January. I'm going to buy one more mold for the LC shad. Then I'll make 90, what is that then? 98? Yeah, excuse me, no, 94. I'll be able to make 94 at a time. Yep, almost 100 at a time. So that's, in a dual color, the most I can, when I can make 94 at a time, bam. It's saving me time. Don't save me any plastic, but it saves me time. Cleaning that injector every time I shoot, I got to clean both sides of it. I got to heat both plastics up. I got to get both of them exactly close to the same temperature within like 5 degrees. So yeah, what a big difference. Here's the fish I threw it right there. I'm going to throw it back at them. So they're sitting still. It's going to be a bass, I bet you. The bait went even close to the bottom. Yeah, he rose up off the bottom, come forward. Fair catch, it's mine. I don't see how it's going to be a crappie. If he was hungry. He's fighting like a crappie. Yeah, it's a crappie. Buddy, you was hungry. You're a decent sized fish. I knew you was a decent sized fish. I threw at him. I said, that's like a decent fish way over there. Now I moved again, guys, just a little ways forward. I moved about 30 yards to the left and stopped and sitting there looking around. I went, there's a couple nice fish. It was 2 together. Like I say, he come off the bottom for the bait ever got to him and come running for it. So he liked that color. That's a nice fish too. Woohoo! I caught one earlier, but another video about 15 inches long. He didn't weigh but 110, but he was long. He was long and skinny. Of course, this time of year, they done went a long time without eating really good, haven't they? He's probably, that fish is probably pushing 13 inches. He's probably 12 and 3/4, something like that. 12, 11, 16ths. All right, guys, let's see if we can come up with another one. That was fun. I mean, he rolled up there. You know, that's what's nice about a live scope. You get to see that. And he thumped it too, because he was moving. He come off that bottom and he was way over here. Let's see if his partner's still there. I don't see him. There's one right there. So that bait was coming down, but like right there, he just came straight up like that, nailed it. Bam. See that one coming on the live scope there. See him coming there? He came from that point where I showed y'all. I said there's a couple out there. I threw at him, and as soon as it came past him, he rolled up and grabbed it. That's the ones you like. He's been reading the same book I've been reading. He's supposed to run up and grab those baits. They look good to him. Yeah, thinks he's got something good. Wow. He's fighting. Are you that big? I'm starting to wonder about you. I ain't got to see him yet. There he is. Yeah, you're a nice one. No wonder you was fighting so hard. Great time of day. That's why I thought this. So I tell you about throwing the ones by themselves. That's it. You see 1 or 2 by themselves, that's what I'm looking for. When they're in those groups, like I said, they're smaller fish. Some of them little pals of 10 or 15. I throw at them sometimes and they come by and they bump on it and they nip. That's because they're small. Bam. Can you say that's a gooder? That's a good one there. Wow. He's bigger than the last one. I said the last one was 13. I don't know if he hit 14. I don't know. I don't have enough measuring with. I don't have my bumper board with me. I probably got a ruler, but I'm not digging for that and keep him out of water. The longer you keep him out of water, better chance he's got to die, and I don't want to kill him. I want him to lay some eggs here in about, we ain't far off now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, about 3.5, 4 months, he'll be laying eggs. 4 months, 16 weeks. Let's let him build those eggs up and get those eggs out there. That one I caught earlier in another video, I said that fish was 15 inches. He was a lot bigger than that one, a lot longer. He wasn't as heavy as that fish though. That fish there probably weighed 1.25 pounds. He weighed 110. He just didn't have no girth. He was skinny back through his back, but he's gonna build some eggs up. That fish will weigh 114, 115 come egg carrying eggs, won't he? They carry a couple ounces of eggs, 2 to 4 ounces. So, yep. I'm looking around again. That's where he come from. Let me see if I can find that. Right here. On that little bit of a drop right there's where he come from. See, it's like 4 there, 2 there, and 2 there. And that's what I done. That's 60 feet. Let her way on out there. And let her sink to the bottom. Just like that. All right, I see a flicker of it. I'm past 60 feet now. I'm gonna start reeling slow. I seen a fish move. Oh, I felt the fish. I got him. Bam. Now see, I seen that fish I showed you, that little mark. I seen it move. He moved to the right just a little bit. He's not as big. That's what I'm doing. I'm spotting them like that and throwing at them. And the further I keep them from me, all right. I watch all these guys on YouTube, but get the fish. It's a bass, ain't a crappie. A lot of these fish, I watch them go, start over. A lot of these guys on YouTube I watch, set on them. Here, you can't set on them. You might catch a few that way. If you can keep them 30 feet from you at least, that's a little spotted bass. If you can keep them 30 feet from you, you're better off. Once they get up closer than that, they're hard to catch. Now, I catch one under the boat once in a while. I have them follow me to the boat. Sometimes I'll see some out there at 20 foot and I'll pitch at them, and I've caught a few of them. But I can tell you this, a lot of them just watch the bait, follow the bait. They're much harder to catch. They're easier to catch at a distance. All right, guys, there's some way out there. I see them flickering once in a while. I threw out there. My bait should be there on the bottom by now. I waited for it to sink some before I cut the camera on. I didn't want to make y'all sit through that wait time. It takes a few seconds to get to the bottom. The fish done moved. They're gone. See, oh, I just seen one come. I don't know where he come from. Probably a bass. One just showed up and smacked at it. But I must run it along. There's another one smacked at it. I got that one. I must run it along slow. So I had 2 bites of that one cast. Didn't even see the one fish. He came from nowhere and smacked at it. So a lot of times they're on that bottom, or they're in a low spot in the bottom, right? Because the bottom's not flat. You know, roly-polies. And they're in a low spot in the bottom, maybe when an old stump rotted out, because this is all wood at one time and they cleared it, right? So you know that bottom's rough. They left the stumps rotted out, they could have been behind the stump. He acting like he's got some size to him. You ain't gonna give up that easy, are you, huh? I believe it's gonna be a bass, guys. The way he's fighting. Well, it's 2 bass in a row. I done caught 2 bass in a row, guys. I usually don't show you all the bass, but I catch quite a few of them. All right, guys, this one followed me back to 20 foot. There's 3 or 4 together. I stopped it when I'm hit it. So I know he wasn't very big. I know he wasn't very big, but I let him follow it, like I say, and then when he got to where there was 2 or 3 other ones, one of the other ones raised up, he said, "Oh, no, you're not. I done followed it this far, I'm eating it." Bam. He was 55 foot out there. See him coming there. See him coming right here, but they were right there, 50 foot. All right, guys. I can't make a video with it without having the battery die in the video, can I? I don't think I've made one since October that ain't had a dead battery. There you go, guys. Killer color and a 2-inch stinger. He's a good 10-incher. All right, I'm gonna close it, guys. As I said, the fish are not easy to catch today. Water temperature is 46. It's cool. It's about 40 degrees. And the worst thing is the sun keeps going in and hiding from me. It just now came back out. When it got behind that cloud cover, it got a little cooler, doesn't it? Got a little bit of breeze going. It's supposed to be 5 to 10 today. So that makes it feel colder too, doesn't it? Appreciate y'all, guys. 2-inch stinger, killer color. I make it in LC shad too. when I sell out of them in the Stinger, they only be made in LC shad. Moving all the dual colors to LC shad. Dennis Fish and Lake Country. We'll see y'all next time, guys.